There are days in the calendar that seem to pass with little significance, and then there are days like April 21st, subtle in appearance, but profound in cosmic implication. This day isn't marked by fireworks or fanfare, but by a quiet, sacred resonance that reaches deep into the soul. While astrologers may focus on the sun's transition into the earthy domain of Taurus, something far more delicate yet powerful is taking place above us. The universe, ever so gently, is orchestrating an energetic event that whispers to the spiritually attuned, calling them into presence, into awakening. April 21st is not just another day in spring. It's a spiritual threshold, a cosmic invitation to realign with your higher self. The energies at play are ripe with transformation, but not in a dramatic or chaotic way. Instead, it's a soft unveiling, a spiritual murmur that stirs the heart. For those sensitive to shifts in frequency, this day feels different. You might sense heightened intuition, emotional depth, or an unexplained clarity. That's no coincidence. The energies of April 21st open a subtle yet potent portal, one that beckons you to pause, reflect, and awaken to the divine frequencies all around and within you. Spiritual significance of April 21st and number 21. In the realm of spiritual numerology, the number holds sacred meaning. It symbolizes the delicate bridge between an ending and a new beginning, offering closure to old cycles while simultaneously illuminating the path to a higher calling. As the final number before 22, it represents the spiritual threshold between the self and divine partnership, urging the individual to surrender outdated identities and prepare for alignment with a greater force. On April 21st, this number becomes especially active, acting like a frequency beacon that calls the soul into deeper awareness and receptivity. What makes this energy so profound is its timing. At exactly 7 p.m. local time, 2100 hours, the energetic doorway swings wide open, ushering in a sacred 48-hour window of transformation. This is not just about spiritual fluff or vague intuition. It is a calculated energetic window that provides you with access to higher realms, higher understanding, and higher purpose. It's an ideal time for journaling, spiritual practice, prayer, or quiet introspection. You are being asked to consciously release what no longer serves, to recalibrate your internal compass, and step forward into a divine timeline that is already calling your name. Cosmic alignments. What elevates April 21st to a rare celestial milestone are the extraordinary alignments happening in the sky. The moon, our emotional barometer and intuitive guide, finds itself in conjunction with two significant fixed stars, Allia and Vega. These aren't just pretty points of light, they're ancient cosmic transmitters. Allia whispers truths to the soul, while Vega is known for channeling deep wisdom, creative brilliance, and spiritual harmony. Their influence on the moon intensifies emotional intelligence, opens intuitive pathways, and allows for a deeper understanding of your life's current phase. At the same time, the sun aligns with the star Mira, a celestial powerhouse that only shares its frequency once a year. Mira carries themes of prophecy, spiritual rebirth, and divine insight. Its energy doesn't just light up the physical world, it illuminates the soul's hidden corners. This alignment is like a cosmic spotlight being cast upon your purpose, urging you to rise above the mundane and listen to the spiritual messages that have long been trying to reach you. When the sun and moon align with such influential stars simultaneously, it's a rare vibrational convergence, a spiritual signal flare visible not to the eyes, but to the soul. Power of stars versus planets. In astrology, planets are the messengers of our daily experiences, governing emotions, actions, relationships, and personal cycles. Their movement creates the rhythm of our earthly lives, pushing and pulling us through lessons and growth. But stars? Stars operate on an entirely different frequency. They speak to the soul's ancient contracts, karmic imprints, and divine destiny. Their power doesn't just nudge behavior, it shifts the entire trajectory of your spiritual evolution. When you tune into stellar alignments, you're not just interpreting personal change, you're receiving divine downloads that alter the course of your path. Planetary transits may bring about temporary turbulence or momentum, but when stars like Vega and Mira enter the scene, they offer soul-level correction. These are cosmic infusions of light that realign your spirit with your original blueprint, the one you wrote before entering this life. During April 21's celestial dance, you're not merely observing planetary influence, you're witnessing a sacred orchestration of your higher destiny unfolding in real time. Call to spiritual awakening. This moment in time is a sacred whisper from the cosmos, gently shaking you from spiritual slumber. The universe is asking, are you awake? Have you been walking through life merely surviving, functioning, and existing without truly living? April 21st carries the energy of a divine wake-up call. The stars and skies aren't just putting on a show, they're speaking in ancient languages to the deepest parts of you, asking you to remember, to rise, and to respond. This is a call not just for attention, but for transformation. Your soul knows why you came here, and this day acts as a cosmic alarm clock, reminding you of your mission. The distractions of life may have led you astray, but this is a realignment. It's an opportunity to reconnect with the truth of who you are, beyond the roles, beyond the past, beyond the illusions. You are being asked to step out of autopilot and into spiritual awareness. The question is, will you answer the call? Inner silence and divine voice. In a world constantly humming with digital noise, social pressures, and chaotic energies, finding stillness is a radical act of spiritual power. On April 21st, the energetic atmosphere makes it easier to access that stillness. It's as though the veil thins, allowing divine frequencies to reach the inner sanctuary of your soul. If you can silence the mind even briefly, you may notice a soft whisper, the voice of the divine guiding you home. This voice isn't booming or dramatic. It doesn't demand. It invites. It often sounds like clarity, like intuition, like peace. The challenge is not whether the divine is speaking, it's whether you're quiet enough to listen. This is your moment to retreat inward, to silence the mental chatter and reconnect with sacred presence. Use this time for prayer, deep breathing, stillness, or even a walk in nature. The guidance you've been seeking is already within you, waiting for the right moment to emerge. And this, right here, is that moment. Reconnection with divine purpose. You are not an accident. Your life is not a random series of events. You carry within you a unique soul blueprint, a divine architecture that holds the intention of your birth and the essence of your spiritual mission. On April 21st, the universe offers a rare opportunity to realign with that purpose. The celestial alignments act like tuning forks, helping your spirit harmonize with the frequency of divine intent. What once felt distant or confusing may suddenly begin to make sense. But reconnection requires willingness. It calls for honesty, reflection, and sometimes, surrender. You may need to let go of roles you've outgrown or narratives that have kept you small. Ask yourself, what truth am I being asked to embrace today? What outdated version of myself am I being invited to release? The energies of April 21st provide a spiritual spotlight, helping you see your path, your gifts, and your divine calling with unprecedented clarity. Say yes to that calling. Say yes to your authentic self. The power of spiritual alignment. The decisions you make on April 21st may feel subtle, even mundane. But under the lens of cosmic energy, those choices ripple far beyond the moment. This is not just another day. It's fertile ground for spiritual planting. Every intention, every prayer, every conscious action you take now is like sowing a seed into the soil of the universe. And in due time, those seeds will bloom in the garden of your reality. Spiritual alignment doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. April 21st grants you the clarity to choose with intention, to listen deeply, and to act from the soul. It's about recalibrating your inner compass, shifting away from chaos and toward coherence. When you align your thoughts, actions, and beliefs with your higher self, you step into a stream of divine flow. Life begins to make sense. Opportunities begin to align. The right people, messages, and moments begin to find you, not by force, but by frequency. Emotional healing and soul cleansing. When light enters, shadows are revealed. The sacred energy of April 21st doesn't just uplift, it also purifies. You may find yourself feeling emotional, triggered, or unexpectedly vulnerable. That's not regression, That's healing. Unresolved emotions, old heartbreaks, hidden fears, they may all surface now. But this isn't a punishment. It's an invitation. It's your soul saying, let's release this. We no longer need to carry it. This emotional cleansing is part of the awakening process. You cannot embody your highest self while holding on to spiritual debris. Let the tears flow. Let the old wounds breathe. Let the emotions move through you without judgment. This is your sacred detox. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's sacred strength. By confronting the pain, you reclaim your power. You free yourself. You create space for the light to pour in and stay. Invitation to surrender. April 21st is a spiritual portal, but not one that demands effort or striving. It calls for surrender. This is your moment to release the weight you've been carrying, the guilt, the shame, the expectations, the regrets. The divine sees every wound and still calls you worthy. You are not being asked to be perfect. You're being asked to be open, to soften your heart and let grace in. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of control and allowing divine orchestration to lead the way. Trust that you are supported. Trust that even what didn't work out was part of your redirection. This is a sacred realignment. On this day, choose to release what no longer fits and open your heart to divine guidance. Let April 21st be your spiritual turning point, the day you stopped resisting and started receiving. Transformative possibilities of this day. The energy of April 21st is brimming with divine potential. Breakthroughs are within reach, not because of effort, but because of alignment. You may suddenly understand something that's eluded you for years. Or feel a lightness where there was once heaviness. Or finally forgive someone you never thought you could, including yourself. These aren't small moments. They're sacred shifts that alter the course of your inner world. Transformation doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes quietly, in moments of stillness, forgiveness, or clarity. April 21st is a crossroad. You can stay the same, or step into something higher. The universe is leaning in, asking, are you ready? This is your moment to choose healing over hurt, clarity over confusion, trust over fear. You don't have to know the whole path. You just have to take the first step, and that step begins now. Extended influence through April 22nd. The beauty of this energetic portal is that it doesn't close abruptly. The celestial alignment of the Sun with Mira continues into April 22nd, extending the transformational energy for a full 48 hours. This means you have time to integrate, reflect, and act with intention. You don't have to rush the process. Instead, honor it. Spend these sacred hours in rituals that align you with your higher self, be it journaling, fasting, praying, meditating, or simply resting. Let these 2 days be a container of conscious alignment. Don't let the world rush you out of presence. The energy is still potent, still alive, still working behind the scenes to bring divine truths to the surface. Give yourself grace. Create space for miracles. The cosmic window may only last 2 days, but its spiritual impact could shape your life for years to come. Closing reflections. You may feel off-center, emotional, or even strangely inspired, and that's all part of the process. Transformation rarely feels comfortable, but it's always a sign that something greater is emerging. Trust what you're feeling. Don't suppress it. Let it move through you, guide you, teach you. You are not being broken, you are being reborn. April 21st is not just a date on the calendar. It's a divine gift wrapped in subtle light and silent guidance. Don't let it pass by unnoticed. This is your invitation to awaken, align, and remember who you truly are. You were never meant to live a life of quiet desperation. You were made for light, love, and purpose. Let this day change you. Let it elevate you. And most importantly, let it lead you home.